Hello, and welcome to our episode of What's Up with EVs. My name is Melissa Churchill, and I am your host with this series here with CAA Atlantic, all about electric vehicles. So today, I want to give you actually a little bit of science and a little bit of history about electric vehicles. But don't worry, there won't be any quizzes or anything at the end of this. It's just a little bit of information to give you. So basically, folks might wonder, well, what in general is an electric vehicle? Well, the short and simple answer is it's a vehicle that is powered by electricity. An electric vehicle is run by a battery pack, and the battery pack sits on the very low section of the vehicle, which creates electricity. There is cooling liquid that flows amongst the batteries in order to prevent overheating. And essentially, the electricity that the batteries produce, there's an inverter that actually takes that electricity and changes it into an alternating current, which in essence then creates a rotating magnetic field. After that happens, you have power and you're good to go. The drivetrain takes that power and sends that power to the wheels, which will make the electric vehicle move. So basically, if you're wondering where the battery is, because it's very different than what we're used to with driving combustion vehicles that we drive day to day, the battery is on the very bottom of the vehicle. There's about 7,000 lithium-ion batteries that sit down below on the bottom part of the vehicle. And the really neat thing is that they actually create a very low center of gravity. So when you're driving, the driving is very centered, it's very balanced, and because of that, there's a really high safety rating with electric vehicles as well. So something that's neat with driving an electric vehicle is one of the major features of it is that you don't ever have to go to a gas station again. Basically, in order to create the power that gets sent to your batteries to charge up your vehicle, you charge your vehicle. So you might ask, well, how do you charge the vehicle? Well, it's really simple. Basically, you charge your electric vehicle the same way as if you would charge a cell phone. With charging an EV, you can plug it into a wall outlet, or you can use it to be charged at any of the multiple charging stations all around, be it at home, be it at a workplace, many retail places, fast chargers. We're going to go into that a little further into, a future episode, but basically it's really simple to do. It's a great way to charge up your vehicle and cuts way down on cost compared to what we're used to when we fill up our vehicles with fuel. So the interesting thing with electric vehicles, a little bit about the history, they're actually not a new concept. A lot of people think that electric vehicles are new, they're brand new, there's not been around for very long. Actually, they've been around as long, really, as the first petroleum-driven engines. They were created back in the 1800s, and basically the first prototype of an electric motor was used to power a small car. So back in the late 1800s, they were actually quite popular. In fact, late 1800s into the early 1900s, electric vehicles made up about a third of the vehicles that were driven in the United States at that time. But then what happened at that time, there was a lot of growth and a lot of infrastructure that changed, technology was changing, and vehicles needed to be driven further distances and at faster speeds. So Henry Ford, in particular, he began a mass production of petroleum-driven vehicles at that time, around 1910. And basically, those vehicles then could get the job done faster and further than an electric vehicle. So once that started happening, and once there was a large production of petroleum-driven engines, petroleum vehicles, electric vehicles sort of then went by the wayside. So the good news is, over time, they've started to make a resurgence. So if you fast forward to where we are today, the advancements in technology and a strong concern for the environment has really brought back the importance of electric vehicles and how truly they are the vehicles that will be driven in the years to come. Renewable sources of energy are a major priority, of course, and there's just so much of that can be tuned into the benefits of driving an electric vehicle. So the automakers have come to understand that basically bringing in electric vehicles and making that part of their, mandates that are sold off the lot and vehicles to be driven now and down the road, it is a necessity in bringing back electric vehicles. So They've come such a long way. They're so fun to drive. There's so much information that we have to share with you in the future too, but I thought it would be a little interesting just to touch on a little bit of the science about an electric vehicle, a little bit about the history. So we hope that you like this video, and please feel free to comment below, hit the like button. If you have any questions for us at all, please feel free to send any questions along. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And we look forward to sharing more videos down the road to come with you too. So thank you very much for joining. My name is Melissa Churchill, and remember, the future is electric.